Hi YouTube, it's Miss JDH. Um, this video is going to be about the big chop. Does it look like I did the big chop from this angle? If it does, what do you think? But I didn't. It's twisted up and twisted in the front and then pinned back and then flipped up. Yeah, this is like my go-to style when the braid outs just don't look cute, and that's only after like a day or two because I still don't know how to maintain a braid out for like 4 or 5 days. And I don't think that I'll be able to until like I'm natural 100% and my texture will hold the braid out better than my relaxed hair does. Um, I definitely know it's time to do the big chop. Me and my husband were being really silly one night, and it was the first like really warm day in New York, and it was like 80 something degrees maybe, and in my apartment it was really warm, and we were dancing around being really silly, and it was basically a workout because I was sweating. And so I had the cutest braid out, and yeah, I said my roots were like and then the actual braid out, texture fell. So I just looked a hot burning mess, and I was just like, that's when I knew that it was time to do the big chop because winters in New York are brick, but summers in New York are like just crazy. It gets really hot in New York, so my hair is just not gonna hold up. It's not in humidity and heat. It's just not. And my hair, even when I was relaxed, any type of curl, little bump on the end I did, or little, the cascading curls, they always fell anyway. So it's the same deal. So I know it's time to do the big chop. Am I ready to do the big chop? No, I'm not at all. I'm actually pretty scared. There are some days when I'm like, I'm so ready to do it. It's just hair. It's gonna grow back, whatever. And then there are days when I'm like, no, I need it. And it's so stupid because we're just so, I guess society puts people with hair on like a pedestal. And if you have short hair for any period of time, whether it's your choice or whatever, they assume that you can't grow hair. And like this, it's just so stupid. And I feel stupid. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I feel like I need it, and that's my big confession. My husband tells me all the time that you don't need it. He thinks I'm naturally beautiful, which is wonderful, but I feel like it's a part of my package. It's a part of my look. I've looked this way forever, and what am I gonna do without it? And I don't know. He also thinks that I care about what people think about me, and I don't necessarily agree with him. I don't think that that's the case. I think that when it comes to people and their opinions, because everybody's going to have an opinion, that I'm going to agree with the negative opinions. I don't like if somebody says, "Oh my gosh, Jackie, you look like a boy, an ugly little boy," and if they said that to me right now, I'd be like, y'all are crazy. Because I have confidence. I do think that I'm, a decent looking person. And my worst fear is that I will agree with whatever negative comment that they are saying. Like, they look like an ugly little boy. And what if I feel like I do? Then it's going to really, probably affect me. Whereas if they said it now, it wouldn't. I'd be like, whatever, hater. but yeah, I know it's stupid. It's stupid, and I'm confident. Like I said, I don't have an issue really with self-esteem. I think we all have our days where we feel like we could have looked better, but my good days outweigh my bad days. So, yeah, and already I have people in their comments telling me like, wow, I can't see you like that. Wow, you're gonna look wild. And I'm like, really? Am I? Like, am I really gonna look wild? I'm gonna look like I was intended to look. And yeah, I like my texture. My texture is dope. I like it a lot. This side of my hairline, like maybe like an inch back, I don't know what's going on with it. It always felt different to me, but I don't really know what's wrong with it. It feels thinner. It doesn't curl like that. I'm a little concerned about that side of my head. And my hairdresser said that it could have been because I was wrapping my hair for years when I was relaxed, and like I'm pulling the follicle this way, and maybe something got damaged that way. I don't know. But hopefully it'll revert back to what it was. If not, I'll have to make it work. Yeah. So that was my little rant about the big chop, and I still don't know when I'm gonna do it. Not at all. I originally scheduled it for October 8th, which would have meant that I transitioned for a year, and then I changed that day to June 22nd, which is the day I get out of work, because we get like a 2.5 week vacation. And so I was gonna like take that 2.5 weeks to do the big chop and get accustomed to it and try products and learn to love it. And I was gonna use that time to do that, so that when I went back to work, I was confident and I loved it. Because I mean, it takes time to get used to a haircut. Even when I cut my hair right at my last relaxer, I hated it the first like weekend. I was like, yeah, why did I do it? It was just like a short bob, and I didn't like it. So I eventually grew to like it, but I didn't at first. And I have a feeling that that's how it's gonna be when I do the big chop. I'm not gonna like it at first, so I can't go get a big chop on a Wednesday and have work on Thursday. I want to make sure I like it and I feel good about it. And yeah, that's the plan as of now, is to do the big chop on June 22nd, which would have meant that I transitioned for like 8.5 months or whatever. So as of now, I measured. I have like 2.5 inches of new growth, which is cool. I was hoping I'd have more by now, but whatever. And 2.5 inches stretched. So when it dries or shrinks or whatever it is that it does, it's gonna be like an inch or so. So yeah, the big chop, big deal. Big chop, big deal. So, all right, I guess I'll leave it there. And if anybody wants to leave any comments or inbox me about their experiences and you know what they did, they didn't like it at first, how did they deal with it, how did they cope, were they crying like I'll be probably? Because I still want to do it, I'm having a little anxiety about it, because it's a big deal, it's a big change. I'm drastically altering what I look like. You do. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna end it here, and that's it. I hope y'all have a good Easter, because Easter is in like 2 days. Have a great weekend. Have a great week, month, year, whatever. So I'll hit you guys later. Bye.
The definition. Woo!